What's up, guys? Thanks so much for coming by DeFi Tribunal episode 2. So really what I'm trying to do here, in case you didn't hear the first episode, is really just find a way to track, projects that I've been in for a month or so and that are currently, I think, are currently working. Of course, this isn't financial advice or anything, so always do your own research. But yeah, really, it's just been, rough in the DeFi space, of course, and we got to find a better way to, on a week-to-week basis, track what's working, especially for people who might be new to DeFi and they're coming in. I just feel for them because they're just getting wrecked. So it'd be just interesting for us to look at from week to week what's working to allow us to make informed decisions. So this could change at any time, of course. And really, the goal is to see what's working over time. So this will change, and I'm always open to feedback from the community of things that you find are working. But currently, I'm trying to stick to, projects that are or claim to at least have external revenue. I'm going to have some high risk plays, of course, but really do want to try to have my base based off of, good, strong teams with external revenue, something that I can kind of ride out with. So right now, let's just go through this here. And again, if you're here, I really appreciate it. First couple YouTube videos, we're gonna have more. Really, just doing this in one take. So over time, we'll get better. And again, I love feedback. So if there's anything you want me to change, this will continue to evolve. But yeah, really looking at FX Gold Master. So shout out to Blockchain Ben. I found this from him. And this has been good so far, honestly. So, uh, in case you don't know about the project, really what it is I like the fact that it's a variable rate, so it's not promising you a particular rate every day. Um, and this week, actually, I think they said that, due to Chinese New Year, they did less trading, so that's kind of good. So for the longest time, I know they were making kind of returns every day, but they kind of said, hey, you know what, we're just not going to trade that much this week. And then they kind of picked it up. So if we look at here, they were doing good that on the 23rd, yeah, they just kind of had that one day there. So 1% return for me. And just in terms of breakdown here, they do give you a bonus. So if you sign up, you get a 30% bonus. But of course, this is still very high risk, and I'm not sure because obviously we don't know the traders or anything. But yeah, so far it's been going fairly well. When we look at the 26th, I had that $100 payment there, so 3% return, which is good. And then they kind of chilled on trading after that. So overall, they made 4% for the week, a little over 4%. And they're saying that they want to trade a bit more later on. So for this next week, they're going to pick it up a bit more. But yeah, I've been happy with them, honestly. But again, I'm very cautious and do want to get ROI as soon as I can. So something else I've been looking at currently is these Astrabit bots. So the funny thing with bots too, and it's just been I've been doing them for a while, maybe yeah, a year or so. But I keep coming out and in because you have to pay them yearly. And sometimes it's frustrating when they're not trading, but I've come to terms with the fact that I just want to let them be, right? So another funny thing I was doing before is if it would hit a certain amount of profit, I would just take it. So that is an approach, which is good. But for the purposes of research and what I've learned as well is when you take the profit, I thought that you could re-enter, but no, it's not going to be until the bot makes another trade. So that's something I had to learn. So for Horace here, I just thought it was going to like I think 130. Um, and it was shortly after I activated it and I actually had less money in, so that's actually a really good return. But I saw it just rising and I took the money. But then the problem now is that Horace is currently in that trade, I believe. So then I won't make another trade until it closes that trade and reopen. So, but it's okay. Live and learn. Profit is profit. So always, there's nothing wrong with taking profits, but that's just something to keep mind of. So now I just want to kind of evaluate hands-off approach. I'm just going to let them be, and whatever profits they make, I'll track. So similar with spread bites here, I also took the profit there. I just saw the money, I took it, but then I kind of let it be the next day, and then took a big dump there. But he's been yeah, I do like that team a lot. I do like Bread Bites a lot. And I believe they're on a winning streak. And then I wasn't in, but I was in Bread Bites, earlier last year. and it was doing great. And then I just came out because at the time I didn't trust leaving money on exchanges, and then again, of course, doing your research. But now I feel a little more comfortable with these exchanges. So yeah, Bird Bites was on a long win streak. I was a part of that one, and then it dumped, unfortunately. But I do trust in the team, and with trading bots, you're not always going to make money. There's going to be ups and downs, and it's good to illustrate that. And then with these other two ones, so unfortunately they have not been in trades. I've been kind of jumping between another one. I believe it's rat bots, so I've been looking at that as well. But now I'm just going to leave these to be. But it's in a trade right now, so hopefully it works out, and we'll see what happens next week. So yeah, it's not a bad thing to look at, and at least you know these are real. Like I know the money in here again, it's still high risk, but at least I know it's in an exchange. As long as the exchange is okay, as long as you trust the teams, it's a little lower risk in my opinion. But again, not financial advice. Project 79 has so I got in this maybe a couple months ago. Um, I got my payment. So I'm gonna ride it out with them. I know they're still very high risk, but I like the fact that they've done hydro whales and they're making a transition right now. So definitely do your research on that. I'm gonna go all in with the transition just because I'm interested to see how they do throughout the year and over time. I'm just gonna always take profit. So for this week it's pending, but I'll update you if I do get that next payment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Prosperity Gem Ventures. So I'm very biased with this project just because this is one of the few projects I actually doubled my money and I got a refund. So it's just like I do appreciate it, but I am biased. Of course, it's still high risk, but we got to celebrate devs when they do the right thing. So I got a light one for Manny there because there's so many projects where they say things are going to happen and then there's an exploit or something and then and you end up not making any money. But with in his case, everything went as it would. So when you see this 1,000, this is now house money, so I did get my refund. I'm going to slowly add as I monitor the project. But for me, it's fully risk free in this particular project, and I do want to support him because he's doing, I think, a good job right now. Of course, anything can happen, but yeah, I'm liking this project right now. And I do like the fact that he's changed the rewards to variable. So before it used to be 2% a day, but I'm liking that as variable. So although it's lower return, I'm okay with it. I'll take it. So when you look at it here, I got it a bit late. I did get the 1% day, but it's just not on here. So then we had a 0.59 day, and these are just estimates, but it's pretty close. I think 0.44, and it's been 0.28 for a bit. So overall, yeah, hey, I'll take 2% in a week. I'm not mad at it. It's actually higher than that because I had that 1% day. So yeah, I'll take this for the week. Um, and yeah, and still looking at some other projects, but right now I want to try to consolidate a bit, get a good base, and then add around. So zero QT again, just close your eyes and turn off your mic or turn off your headphones if you don't want to hear this, but this is very high risk. I was just trying it out. I saw some influencers talking about it, so hats off to them for at least they talked about it when it came out. So for me, this is very high risk, but I do like the UI. I can say the UI is not bad. Of course, it's very high risk, but I can say it has been paying me. So I do want to give them some credit right now. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can say I've been doing it every day and I've been getting paid every time, and it's been very consistent. Um, and yeah, so I got to give them their credit in that sense. So I made a 40% return for this week. But again, it's very high risk, and it's an interesting model because you can only rent the shares for the 30 days, right? So then after that, so you're not in it forever per se. You have those 30 days. So yeah, very high risk, very high risk. I'm not even gonna put my like link or anything or affiliate links or anything. If you really want to go in and you do your research, yeah, feel free to send me a DM. But I don't want to advertise this because I think it's high risk. But I think it could be good. Who knows? But I'm fully aware that it's very high risk, and I don't want to coerce people into getting into it for my affiliate links. So yeah, these are the ones I'm looking at. I am looking at crypto program as well, but Again, I am not sure about that project. So I don't want to be tracking it and advertising and trying to make money off affiliate links, because I'm still not sure about that one. So I'm still thinking about that one. I want to add some more PAMs on here. I've been liking just using PAM accounts. So where they do copy trading, because FX Gold has been good. I know there's one I want to add is Juno as well. Um, Slowly trying to scale into these. Before I used to just throw money at these projects, but I'm trying to learn just to scale in slowly. But I do want to get into more PAM, so I'll add this to here. If there's anything that you're really happy about or you think's a good idea, again, feel free to comment. And over time, we can add them on. But yeah, I'll really listen to community for guidance here. But yeah, overall, when you look at it, hey, I will take. I was positive for the week, so I'll take it. Right, this is better than being in something going down or no movement at all. So hey, I was positive for the week, so I'll take it. So, in my other video, I was talking about the graveyard. So, something about the graveyard is, again, I feel like as community members, we're respectfully shield all these projects, and then we just get left in the dark, And I feel for us, and I think it's important to track how are these projects going? Because funny enough, a lot of these projects down here, if you're in the DeFi space for a while, these used to be the staple, right? And then now we're kind of shifting more to bots, but before it was, ROI dApps and things of that nature. So I think it's important to still track these because, and it's good for the community to see how they're doing because, again, I'm not blaming anybody. And a lot of these devs I like a lot. So with these devs, hey, at least they never rug. There's still, this appears to be a lot of community engagement. But again, it's just important to track to see, um, you know, you said this was going to happen. Am I going to make money? That's because that's why we're in DeFi, right? So I want to track as someone with no followers, which I think I'm representative of your average community member. So someone with no, I don't have any downlines or anything. So how am I going to do, right? So if I'm in this project, will I do well? So at some point with the graveyard, again, I still love these projects. But I want to see at some point can they reach the comfort zone because they're saying don't worry the price is down we're gonna do all these things and yeah I understand there's market conditions there but yeah I want to see will it get to a point where it's viable so Horde has a special place in my heart of course but currently I'm gonna keep tracking this but yeah I had the 14 plots I've actually gotten close to ROI so I did take out a lot of this I was claiming a lot but yeah, they're basically in limbo. I can't remember how many of the tokens I have. So once that UI updates, I'll add that so we can track and see relatively how much I have. And you can kind of use that to see, okay, is this something I want to get into? But yeah, basically in limbo right now. So I'm gonna keep checking the announcements before I do these videos. I believe they're working on the UI and everything and they've been working on the ZNFTs and stuff. But yeah, as someone who has plots, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the boat with me. Yeah, we're just kind of sitting until something happens. Furio was, I remember when everyone was talking about Furio, and yeah, I really do like the team, but um, it's just been going down because they got rid of LMS, right? So again, I think it could work in the future. I know they're working on Purify, but again, how does it work for someone who's just in the project? Currently, right now, I'm just compounding. I'm just going to compound my way out. It's funny with Furio. Every time I claim, like 2 days later, they make a change, right? So I remember when, LMS was at 5, I think I did 2 claims and got a bit out. Because when it first started, I was just compounding to get that 2.5 return for I think longer than a month and or so, or even longer than a month. So yeah, I was just compounding a lot, and then I claimed a couple times, and then they made a change to LMS to 1. Then I claimed a couple times, and LMS now there's no LMS. But yeah, it's you just got to ride it out with this and see what happens. But yeah, I'd be interested to see from January now, from a year from now, did this number go up or down? Right? I would hope it goes up, but we'll see. Drip, yeah. Drip is, I have, huge respect for Forex Shark. Drip was one of the first projects I got into, inspired me to be in DeFi. But of course, I still want to track as I bought at 50 or so, and then I've been buying throughout the year. So I think I probably even bought at 100 at some point. So yeah, I'd be interested to see as someone who purchased at 100, and I've done some claiming, right? So, um, but I do want to see just currently from today, if someone was to put money into Drip today at this amount, where would they be in a year, right? I think that'd be interesting to see because a lot of times, and shout out to the community, but a lot of times the community will say, "Oh no, just compound, don't worry." But no, we need to calculate whether that's actually possible. The only thing too is I've just been busy, but I'm going to aim to compound once a week. I can't do it every day, and for me, the amount's so low that I don't think it even makes sense to do it every day. So I'm going to just claim once a week, and I think that's reasonable. Like, if I claim every week, sorry, if I do a compound every week, will it go up? So we'll see. In terms of elephant money, again, I do like BT a lot, but yeah, I bought Trunk, and again, I claimed a bit there. But yeah, I'd be interested to see will Trunk ever come back, right? Because there's a lot of people who bought Trunk who are just in limbo. But again, I like that he's been adding things such as like I believe there's the farms now, and he has the futures. So yeah, he's very smart guy, always innovating. But if you just look at the numbers, I'm making 69 cents a day, right? So it's just like I'd be interested to see will this ever make a comeback. But again, I think it could go places. But with these projects, we always have to look at the people who invested, how are they doing, right? I appreciate that they're doing new things, but we always have to think of the people who invested because they were the early people who supported, right? So I still think that Drip and Elephant Money, and we'll talk about this later, but I think they really should consider making their own bots of some sort and using tokens as a way to pay a membership fee or something of that nature. Just because, yeah, they're two really smart guys, right? So, and clearly there's a demand for bots right now. I think they can find a way to get it done, but we'll talk about that later on. EMP Money is been doing well in a way, but I just love the team. I love the ideas. The UI is amazing, but again, I'm in the detonator and I'm making what 60 something cents I think a day. Yeah, 64 cents a day. So it's just like um, I think you think you're auto compounding, that'd be great, right? Because it's just like sometimes I don't have the time, and for 69 cents, like you have to look at the gas and do the evaluation there. But I'd be interested to see where this goes. I like the detonator too because yeah, if someday if ETH is worth like 100,000 or something, again not financial, it's not a not a projection, but if ETH was to you know exponentially increase to a good place, you have exposure to that in a way. But it depends on peg and everything. But I think it's just over time, as long as I keep building, it could be interested. But yeah, I'd want to see how I would do there. At some point, if they start doing auto compounding, I think he's mentioned that it should come at some point. Then we'll see how this grows there. And I'll look at it. I'll listen to you guys. If you think I should, compound, I'll look into doing that. Grape finance. Yeah, so that was, I did ROI on Grape, but yeah, I think LB is just such a smart guy, right? He's such a smart guy. Just the price is just down a lot. And a lot of people I'm sure have been in the nodes. I was in nodes heavy. And yeah, unfortunately it's just down a lot. I have a bunch of grape nodes as well as the grape mem nodes. And then they're both, I think the grape nodes are yielding like 7% a year. And the grape mem nodes are at zero, but I believe they're saying that they're going to transition it over. So yeah, I think that'd be interesting to track. And again, they just need to look at finding a way to perhaps looking at external revenue. I haven't been following them closely, but yeah, I really do like the team. And again, they've survived, I think, a year at this point. So I do respect that. But again, we have to think of the people, existing investors, what's their current state. And then I had Alpha Capital on here. I actually got my refund. So, shout out to Capital for that one. Got refunded. I didn't think I would, so I did want to celebrate them in that sense. Of course, it's a hack, and it was unfortunate, but yeah, I do want to celebrate them for that. And it's not open for investments right now. I would consider making a small investment if he's able to prove that the security has gone up a bit. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in making a small investment there. So, but we'll see. And right now it's not open, but I do want to highlight the fact that, yeah, we were in the graveyard space, but Unfortunately, the whole thing happened there, and it'd be interesting to see, yeah, if they're able to get the money back for people. I know they're going to start trading, but if they open it up, I'll consider it. I definitely won't go in as high until I see, high levels of security, but we gotta, celebrate that. Stable fund, we're all on that boat. Yeah, I was able to claim a lot, but unfortunately, I'm waiting for a refund. So if I hear an update on that, we can celebrate that one. RelyFund, this is not funny at all. And sorry anyone who's been impacted by RelyFund, but yeah, I think he's been in an accident apparently, and he's back and healthy. And if that's the case, I'm happy he's doing well. So yeah, he did make an announcement that he wants to, find a way to make everybody whole or start training again. So yeah, it'll be fun to see what happens there. I was claiming, but I did not ROI here. So yeah, be interested to see how that goes. We can document that together. Anyone who's in real life fun. So yeah, those are the projects here. I also have a rug zone. Fortunately, I didn't get rugged last week. But that's there, and I'm sure it will happen at some point. So yeah, if you guys are here, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm gonna just try to tweet out some things I've been seeing. And yeah, let me know if there's projects that you're in and you're saying, I've been in this for. That's what I would love for you guys to comment. Like I've been in this X project for this amount of time. I want us to be a community of sharing from a good place but providing, some sort of background to help, right? And of course, it's never a recommendation, you're never giving financial advice, you're not telling someone to invest. But that's how I found about some of these projects is there's been so many helpful community members who recommended something and I check it out and I'd be like, oh man, this is actually good. And then it's helped. And my end goal for this is just to help people who like inflation's crazy right now and the world's crazy, so I want to find a way just to help people make passive income as much as I can, and I'm sure you're gonna help me make passive income, and we're gonna do it together. And not a shot to anybody, but sometimes there's a lot of videos where they're like just arbitrarily telling you how to make passive income. But I want to find a way to do it together with actual evidence in a way that's actually working that can be shared. So yeah, feel free to, critique me or tell me what you want to do or celebrate what I'm doing well. I know I probably rambled a lot on this one, so we'll definitely, streamline it. But just wanted to, yeah, just have an open discussion on things. And yeah, feel free to let me know what you want me to change. And hope you have a great week. So I'll see you guys next week. We'll see how we're doing next week. And yeah, feel free, whoever sees the first subscriber, I appreciate it. And yeah, man, like always reach out if you guys need anything. We're gonna make a Twitter, have the Twitter set up and everything. So feel free to just send me a DM or anything if you have any questions. Happy to talk. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Be safe.